What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's a beautiful, what is it, Wednesday? Yes, you didn't see that. Beautiful Wednesday. Oh wow, I already see Plug Power moving up over here. Plug's supposed to come out with earnings. Oh, is it dropping? Is it moving? What's going on? We're gonna wait and see what happens. A lot of stock coming out with earnings. Disney, Plug Power, Trade Desk. Markets moved around pretty wild today. Roblox gave out like 20%. Upstart dropped almost 40 damn percent today. What other stocks were we looking at? Lyft. You know, we had high hopes for Upstart and Roblox at one point. We actually got into a Roblox trade today using options. That one didn't work out for us. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll get into all the movers, all the fun stuff that's been happening on the markets as we always do, and hopefully find some trades. That's the main goal. Find some trades, find some opportunities for us to make some money in, and put it in our pockets, right? Put it in our pockets and save it. So let's get into the stock market over here, as we already have some movers coming in. I'm seeing Plug, made a little bit of a pop, but didn't really do too much. So why don't we go to the screen? So there we go. Plug did pop up off the earnings move. I'm not sure if the earnings is fully out yet. Still waiting. Oh, looks like it wants to sell off here now. As the negative news is maybe hitting the news wire. We can kind of confirm this for Plug over here to see what exactly is happening. No, it looks like Trade Ideas is just still waiting to give us the real information, as numbers might not have hit the news wires yet. But chat, let me know what stock are you guys looking out for? What stock are you expecting? Disney making a little bit of a run over here before the numbers come out. Numbers are supposed to be coming out at 405, but I'm expecting this one possibly having announced already. Let's see, 5 minutes ago, common stocks. Don't think it's announced yet. Volume not really pumping like it should. 1,000 shares per 1 minute candle. Doesn't really look like Disney is out for me, but we'll have to wait and see. 405 is the quoted number for Disney, so we'll wait. Disney did recently, well, not Disney, but Disney's ESPN, which is owned by Disney, announced a partnership last night that they are going to be launching ESPN Bet in partnership with Penn. Penn moved up like 10% or something, if I remember correctly, ending up 9% on the upside, but did move 15-20% in pre-market or after hours move itself when the news dropped. So monster catalyst over there. What that catalyst basically entails for Disney is it gives Disney now a foothold into the gambling space, right? Into the gambling space. Maybe you start seeing casinos in Disney, cruise lines and so on. I'm just throwing out ideas over there, because if this deal works out between ESPN and Penn, why not just start getting into that extra space that you already are kind of battling with the WYNN and LVS, Las Vegas Sands. That catalyst obviously being a little bit negative for DraftKings, dropping DraftKings to the downside. Let's quickly bring this volume a little bit lower because that's a little distracting. So let's go to DraftKings over here. DraftKings, triggering down 10-11% on the day, triggering the SSR mechanic, selling off because now clearly competition is not a good thing. Never a good thing when competition comes into play. And DraftKings over here, which has been the leader of the overall gambling, online gambling, I guess I want to say, or at least sports gambling leader so far. Market share, highest market share goes to DraftKings. Shout out to all the promotions and all the money that they threw out over there. But as we are looking for mostly earnings plays right now, why don't we head back to the beautiful there's my notes. Let's go to Plug, because we were watching Plug move up initially, and looks like Plug is now fully out. Plug is popping up to 11%. I want to go over to what our options AI account says about Plug Power. How much of an implied volatility move, and what are we expecting? They were expecting 10% move. IV is 147%, and they're expecting a high of around $12, $11.85 or so, or a low of $9.65. But I guess with the move that the stock is already giving you. Let's go back to trade ideas. Yeah, look at that, already giving you a nice little move to the upside off the earnings. 1180 high expected, a 12% move. Once again, was that right? 12%. 10% move overall expected over here on Plug Power. Nice bump up coming in off the earnings move. I was actually sitting in a Twitter space call, which shout out to Michael Nas, Trade Ideas, Michael Nas. He was in a Twitter space call, giving out trade ideas and so on. And someone in there was talking about how they're bullish about Plug Power and they think this is going to announce good earnings and whatnot. I guess they're not wrong about it, because even though the stock was down today, monster move back up over here off the earnings. Now the question is, where can the stock go to heading forward? We can talk about more levels to trade on Plug, Disney, and so on after we give these stocks a little bit of a room to play in, a little bit of leeway room for the after hour session. So play around. We'll come back. We'll circle back to these stocks as we're waiting for Disney to show us some moves over here. Disney getting absolutely smoked, ladies and gentlemen. Disney getting absolutely smoked, breaking the low at day of 87. Initially, it did make a pop up, and I told you, look, I don't think the numbers are out yet. That doesn't look like the numbers are out to me. We have to wait a little bit. Let the numbers actually come out. 405 numbers come out. Disney first gets smoked, and now Disney gets popped right back to the upside. Monster move on Disney incoming. Holy moly, do we break 89 here? Do we take out the high a day? Disney numbers are very, very volatile over here for this after hour session, obviously. Let's go to trade ideas because it has a better charting platform. There we go. You kind of see the whole better idea as to what's going on. This is the nonsensical move. 405, big drop, comes back, pops to the north side, almost takes out 89, but now we're hanging out right here near $87 and maybe going back to the downside. Monster volatility on Disney. Be very careful with these options trades, right? Obviously, you want to be very, very careful with these options trades. Why am I saying options trade? With these earnings trades, because you could have instantly been in the money, got stopped out, and then, not been in the money if you didn't get stopped out. And now, once again, been in the money if you were short, or vice versa for the longs, right? You could have gone triggered long on this move or punched long somewhere, and now you're not really in the money based on where you punch, unless you punch like 85 or something, then you're laughing. Right now, Disney looks like it does want to run back up to the north side, and it's still in today's range, without doubt. It's still around this $87, $88 or so. It keeps popping up 10, 20 cents. That's an insane move if you ask me. Just got to wait a little bit to see what happens over here going forward. A lot of time left for Disney's after hour session coming in. So tanking at the moment, popping after a second, tanking again. LFG King says, Adam, let's go, baby. How you doing? Disney Plus poopy. Looks like Disney Plus is not giving you the proper numbers over there for after hours, for especially Disney Plus. We do know that the Netflix has been the king of the market over there for streaming services. And if you also look at the strike that's happening with everything with Hollywood. I'm forgetting what the thing is. Writers Guild Association, WGA strike that was happening. I haven't followed up on it as to exactly where that strike is at the moment, if it's still going on or if it's not. But that strike hurts Disney more than it does Netflix. So just more negative news over here. They did have a good positive news through ESPN last night, but those numbers will not be in the earnings report just yet. Those numbers will be in the next earnings report. So let those numbers bake in. Obviously, we're looking to see how the guidance is going to come out, and did the active daily users number go up on Disney Plus? I'm guessing probably not. Or did the monthly subscription numbers go up on Disney Plus? As Euthanasia in our chat just said, Disney Poopy Plus is what the answer is on that side. So I'm guessing that those numbers are not looking good at the moment for your boy Walt Disney, the Mickey Mouse Company. Let's head over to Trade Desk, see how Trade Desk is moving at the moment. Trade Desk also selling off. Looks like this company is failing over here to hold up to any of the levels that it recently moved up to. The market obviously held up Trade Desk to the north side. Big move to the north side. and creating a new 52-week high recently. Is that the all-time high ranges? I thought so. Yeah, pretty much almost right back to all-time highs. We were not that far away from all-time highs. The $100 area almost came back into play. 91 rejection at the moment. That the double top 52-week high at the double top, pulling right back to the south side. Now we're looking for the stock. Oh, it's exactly around the trend line that we have drawn. What are the chances of that, right, chat? I mean, what is my name? Prashadames. Right, so it is right around one of the trend lines at the moment. It did go a little bit lower than that. It's trading around it. Let's see what happens around the $76 area on trade desk at the moment, especially in this range. I'm interested to see what happens in this range. We do have the 100 period EMA at the 73.30. Let's just say $73. Could easily see the stock pull down to the lower end of the ranges and trigger that SSR marker. Looks like these guys missed earnings quite a bit. What is it? Q3 revenue of at least 485 mil compared to 454. It looks like that's a beat on revenue. Yeah, compared to estimates of 480. So no matter what number you look at, 454 or 480, you got a beat on that. But what's the earnings per share? 28 cents. Is what they were expecting, and they reported 25. Oh, sorry, 25.9 is what they were expecting, and they reported 28. I'm guessing is what that is, or that's the adjusted one. Or did they report 7 and they were expected 0.25? That might be a miss over there. I think that's what the number is. Overall, big move to the downside. Also looking for what the guidance is on trade desk. If I remember correctly, trade desk is a brokerage, right? Oh, it's not a brokerage. Mobile advertising native, blah blah, management, cross device targeting, inventory and marketplace. Company was founded by okay, I thought it was like a actual like a trading software company. CGC earnings are out. I have it on my notes, but is the wheat sector really back in play? We did see Tilray kind of make a pop recently. Let me pull up Tilray. Look at that pop yesterday on Tilray. Monster move to the upside. Not sure what the exact catalyst was for that one, but here's CGC. Still a penny stock, absolutely struggling every single day, and off this earnings move, dropping 6% right now, moving right back to the downside. CGC not looking good. Let's go to WYNN Resorts instead, because we were just talking about WYNN and possible competition for Disney, for WYNN through Disney in case they want to lean on that partnership with ESPN and Penn National Gaming that's going on at the moment. So here's WYNN, or WYNN. I know I have an accent when I say that. Anyways, making a nice little pop up originally all the way to 105, but pulling back. If you look at the longer time scale, we're still stuck in these ranges on this stock. Previously, we were very interested on how the stock trades in these ranges, and then I just kind of gave up on the idea. This is, I believe, the all-time high. Let's zoom out. Oh, not the all-time high, the 52-week high. That's what I want to say. The 52-week high range. And with this earnings report, we're not really, anywhere close to that yet. So looks like still an inside day over here at the moment. After the earnings report, that is. Not too much of a pop coming in. So I'll probably put this on the back burner. Also, the stock doesn't really do too much volume throughout the day. It sucks that this one doesn't bring in extra volume on earnings days either. For example, that's your earnings day. Look at the lack of volume on that stock. This is the earnings day, a little bit of a bump on the volume. That's your earnings day right here, a little bit of a bump on volume. So earnings days don't really push WYNN around too much, and doesn't really bring in that extra relative volume oomph that I look for as a day trade. But if it does start taking out some of these levels to the north side, like 105, any good even dollar, start making a run up into previous levels. We got the 106, which is the 50 period EMA. We got the 100 period EMA at 104. So we'll have to just wait and see what happens over here for throughout the session on WYNN. Honestly, like I said, I'm not too interested to trade it, but the earnings numbers are out, and we got to take a look at the move over here. Currently up only 1%. I want to circle back to, hey, what's going on? I want to circle back to Disney over here to see what's going on. Is it now still going down or is it up? And looks like the answer is still down 2% now, and making a bigger push to the downside after originally looked like it was trying to hold up around this $87-$88 ranges, but now right back to that 85 marker, down back to 2% on the day. If we go back to Disney over here, if I remember correctly, it was supposed to be 5% for the earnings move. Yeah, 5%, implied volatility of 75%. They're looking for a move down to 83 or a move up to 90, 92, and looks like that move down to 83 is what we're gonna get out of it, because 84.50 low a day, currently holding up in front of 85.50. And let's zoom out over here for this position on Disney, almost at DraftKings, to see what levels we can find. That one right there, which is pretty close to the 52-week low. The 52-week low actually is 84.07. Where does that come from? I guess right here. Would that be 84.07? Yeah, 84.07. That low right there of December 2022 is the 52-week low. And with this negative earnings catalyst, I guess with the miss of Disney Plus numbers, we're looking for that 84.07 test coming in, possible hold of the 52-week low, possible break of the 52-week low. Disney has been struggling with negative catalyst after a negative catalyst. We thought that today's catalyst would help Disney out before earnings, which was the Penn National and the ESPN catalyst. It kind of helped them out, but they still ended negative on the day. Pretty much gave up all the move or all the pump they got out of that stock was given up already throughout the intraday move, and then the earnings move not really helping them out over here at all. Struggling. Hey Brad, what do you think about BABA earnings tomorrow? BABA announcing earnings tomorrow. That's interesting. There's a headline that I saw that the Chinese sector's influence, or the Chinese economic influence, is getting ready to get battled against by the U.S. lawmakers, and they don't want that Chinese influence, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So if U.S. wants to go back to just playing games with these Chinese stocks and deregulating and so on, which could happen at a heat of a second, you want to be careful. But obviously, if we're just playing as tomorrow's earnings catalyst, I mean, BABA has been on a non-stop tear for earnings since April of last year. Hasn't missed a single quarter of April last year. We got a couple misses over here, but besides that, it's just non-stop wins again, right? So it's pretty much the Amazon of China. Do I think they're gonna miss? Probably not, right? Probably not. But what are the levels that we can play off of if they do miss? Let's look at that. Earnings expected move, and obviously this number is going to move throughout the day as the stock moves. I think they announced earnings after hours. Let me go check that. Oh, pre-market tomorrow, so even better. So these numbers might actually come into play even more for us, and obviously they might announce overnight because of how the Chinese market trades overnight. So they might announce overnight, and the stock might move really early pre-market. Expected 5.6% move to the downside around $89.50 or to the upside of $100, and they're expecting the $100 level come back into play anytime soon. I mean, why not? We haven't seen the 100 for a while now. The last time we saw anytime above 100, I guess, was in March. Yeah, but real move above 100 was over here in January. So that's been quite a while since we saw the stock above 100. A couple problems again brought the stock to 80. All the Chinese regulations themselves brought the stock to the downside to 80. Then the Chinese the CCP, I guess, eased up on the regulations over there on BABA and on all tech sector. So BABA started using that catalyst to pump back up. Then you had the Ant catalyst. I think it was the Ant catalyst. And BABA took that move a little bit more. So all things did look good. Now the question is, how do they actually come out with the dollar bill, y'all? And do they actually come out with the beat? I would think that they would come out with the beat, but we just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. Prad, you got to get Arun on the show as your guest. Done. I think Arun would be 100% down. I actually spoke to him today because, I might as well say it. I have a good news. I'm going back to a different prop firm, still with the Day Trade the World umbrella, but a different trading floor. So going back to a different trading floor, these guys were actually the people who kind of were the OGs of the floor when I first joined, and then they opened up their own floor. So it's great to go work with them and go work for them and learn everything that they have to teach me throughout their years of experience. So I'm excited. September 1st, I'll be back to trading over there, and probably the streams slot will probably have to move later on as travel time to work and back to home will have to be factored in over there for my stream schedule, and you guys get the idea. But as it comes to you know, Arun and so on, yeah, he found out because he knows those traders very well, and he messaged me. He's like, so I found out that you're going to their office, XYZ's office. You better use their skills. You better learn a lot from them. And if you ever make a stupid trade, I'll know immediately, and I'll have to send a slipper over. For anyone who doesn't know that joke, I'm sure all of you know it. Me and Arun have this back and forth banter where, like, you know, it's an Indian dad kind of banter where you get hit with the slipper or the belt or whatever. So that was a good little joke. I shout out to Arun. We do love him. And now that you mention it, I do plan on maybe sending him an invite very soon to join us over here for a nice little interview, a nice little session. He is, however, currently in, or I don't know where he is, but he's out of the country at the moment and won't be back until September of some point. So shout out to him. Let him have fun over there with his vacation. Let's get back to the market. That's what we're all here for. Pride, you need a flying slipper animation. Now I have to make my own animations, so I have to. You can't expect the top level animations that previously were on another channel that you've seen me on. So you know, now I have to make my own animations that are going to be a little bit different, but we'll try. You know, we're going to keep on growing, not just on the production side, with the editing, with the media. Basically, I have to do everything. I have to put on 5 different hats throughout the day for all of this, and I still have to be that trader in the morning. So my life just got a little bit teensy-weensy bit harder. Let's hope it pays out. Let's get back to the market over here. As we still got a couple stocks to look out for. I'm looking for Sonos. We forgot about Sono. How can you forget about Sono? 11% pop on SONO. Monster move. $18 coming into play. Wow, $18. I remember the stock much, much higher. Yeah, look at these stocks, prices that I have mapped out. Sono moving, giving up quite a bit of the ghost over here, and looks like we do have the IPO range marked up already. So let's go take a look at the IPO range on this stock real quick, which is around where the stock is currently at. So I'm gonna put that there, move that a little bit just because of my OCD. I'm gonna move that one over here, and I'm gonna move that one over there. Bang. So this is the IPO opening range: IPO low, IPO close, IPO open, and IPO high on Sonos. For anyone who doesn't know what Sonos is, they make speakers and home speakers and so on. I think some of them have even Alexa enabled on them these days. It's kind of cool. Don't listen to me. Go back to sleep. And I'm sorry for waking up anyone else's ALEXA over there. SONO, where is this one? Currently hanging out near 1740 in the after hours. Here's the IPO prices. I want to zoom out again. Wow. So yeah, the lows of IPO is basically where the stock was today. We're pushing up into recent highs of the range where the stock has previously been in before gapping down, and then the previous gap down before range was basically the IPO high range. So these levels are very much in play at the moment. Look at this level right here at that 1769. That's exactly where the stock is trading at in the after hours. I can see that because it says so in the post market, 1763, and we have a beautiful gap up to the north side. This stock was trading at 15 or something today, popping up up 12%, right back into the resistances of these range. Look for a possible breakout of this range for a run up to the 1921 area. And if this area doesn't show you that breakout, then obviously you just short that level for a possible move back down to the 150 period EMAs or whatever it is, and to have fun with that fade on the new gap that the stock has just recently created. But I'm basically looking for that breakout trade. I might even set an alert over here, add an alert on SONO 17 something. On that breakout of that range, I want to get long for that move to the north side. Might even get some options on the stock tomorrow and keep this one on the watch list. I'm very interested on Sonos as to how this one trades above this range or around this range for some calls or some puts. Look out for this one. Let's get back to our watch list over here that we have typed out on our good friend Sublime. Shout out to Sublime, sponsor the stream. Groupon, let's head out to Groupon, GRPN. GRPN at the moment has supposed to come out with earnings, I believe. What is it? GRPN, what time was Groupon supposed to come out with earnings? 4:05. Okay, so it should have already come out with earnings. We did pop up about 4% to the north side, but yeah, no real volume on the stock, I guess. Maybe if it brings in volume tomorrow, we can take a look at it. Right back into these ranges, highs over here around $9. Maybe a break in 9 could give you a little bit more and move to the north side. Is this stock squeezing? Recently, the stock was kind of, I believe, if I remember correctly, in that squeeze basket, and people were making jokes saying if Groupon is in play, then recession is really coming in, which is pretty funny. But let's go check out what Groupon is doing. Yeah, 30%, 20% high short flow for Groupon. And looks like that earnings numbers over here might just help the stock to squeeze those shorts a little bit and get a nice little move to the upside. Maybe we see 10 tomorrow. I won't be surprised at all if we see 10 tomorrow on GRPN. So maybe we don't miss out on this one. Yeah, man, get monetized. I'm trying, you know, I gotta hit some metrics. I need to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I need to hit, you know, I think a certain amount of watch time. It's gonna take some time. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will this channel be. We're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna enjoy it while we're doing it. We're not gonna rush anything. Have fun doing it. That was a big problem with my previous job over there. It's like I was so restricted on what I had to say, what I didn't have to say, how I had to talk, how I didn't have to talk. Now I can be me. I can pace myself. I can get into trades if I want to, not get into trades if I don't want to. You know, it's a whole different thing over here. Now we get to have fun, guys. So we'll take our pace with it. We got no view count needs, right? Other than the one that we impose on ourselves. And my view count needs is whoever is willing to come and enjoy it, come enjoy it. I love all of you. Bitcoin selling off right now. Looks like Bitcoin dropping 1%, and that 30K not holding today, still pushing the downside. Someone did say what, 140K by the end of 2024 April. So I'm looking forward for that. Let's see it, 180K. I'll be rich if that happens. But right now 30K giving up the ghost again. Bitcoin down 1 full percent. So Coinbase selling off. Mara, which actually had earnings last night, we didn't see that stock move around at all in the after hours. That was the after hours move. That's the pre-market move, and that's today's move. So the stock basically did nothing. Absolutely zilch movement coming in on this position. Why don't we talk about Rivian, which we were very bullish about. If you guys remember how bullish we were about this position, or even how my tweets were you know, overly bullish on this stock. I was looking for that breakout of 25.50 for a move up to 28. Did not happen. I was looking for a hold of 23.50 for a move back to 25.50. Did not happen. Looking for a, you know, hold of 22. I guess that did happen, but in the after hours over here, right? So Rivian's still selling off in the after hours. Just not looking good over here. I guess when a company loses $13 million a day, it's not a good look, right? Let me quickly go to my tweet to find what those metrics were on Rivian. That's Lyft, that's Upstart, Rivian. $94,541 per car delivered is what they lost. Lost $94,541 per car delivered in Q2. Compared to what they did in Q2 2022, which is they lost $383,000 per car delivered. So that looks like they're on the right path, right? That's in the right direction. But the company overall lost 13.1 million per day in the whole quarter. So those numbers not being liked by the market, pushing the stock much lower today, triggering that SSR. After originally looking like that market liked those numbers, right? Holding the after hours at the yesterday's low. The yesterday's low also happens to be a nice little range low over there. We liked all these levels, but wiping all those levels, almost moving back to the 50 period EMA over here on RIVN. Absolute slaughter fest. Look for this 22 to possibly hold tomorrow. I'm expecting 22 to hold and make that move back up, because for me, at least according to my brain, the numbers were good. I'm putting in quotes because it's market says the numbers are not good. Right? Market says the numbers are not good. How do you trade option on in the IDEX? Is there a trick on IDEX? Is that the Carl Icahn stock? Ideanomics, if they offer, oh, it's a penny stock. I'm not sure how it works on penny stocks, Rekka. On an index, I'm sure SPY and QQQ have options. I believe they do. Let me check. Well, simple. Open. Go to SPY. Yeah, SPY options. I see SPY options. I know QQQ has options. So you should be able to trade options on index. The next one I want to head over to over here. I guess pretty much hit all the stocks that I want to talk about. Unless you are interested about a Canadian stock over here for my Canadian viewers. Any of you Canadian viewers out there, put ones in the chat. Scratch Life saying rough life. Oh man, I'm rough day today. Rough life. I'm sorry, brother. It's just a day, man. Don't worry about it. We'll get back up tomorrow. What's this over here? Dude, you were the first live that popped up on YouTube for TTD trading live. Hey, you're welcome, man. Like I said, I'm not really trading live at the moment, but I'm just showing you. I am talking about it live. But yeah, does it say live after hours trading, or yeah, it just says live after hours. We're just talking. TTD over here, big move to the downside, obviously off that earnings report, which I believe was good for so far. But the market not liking it. Market absolutely not liking it. Let's refresh this to see if they've updated any of these numbers. Plug Power numbers updated. Disney numbers updated. Awesome. Look at that. So yeah, Trade Desk actually beat on both of those numbers. And guided up. But they sold off, which is weird. Pretty odd that that's happened. But they are right into these ranges over here. Which is... you know, I guess a spot for support, possible spot for buyers to step in. Maybe we see the stock possibly finding buyers around 73 if buyers don't step up around 75 and then making that run up to the north side. That's something to watch out for. If 75 doesn't hold, then you look for 73 area. But right now it's above 76 or at 76, trying to see what the stock wants to do near the 76. Already down 6% on looks like what is a great earnings report. Yeah, the market just wants to dump. I guess the market does have CPI tomorrow, right? There is CPI day tomorrow. The consumer price index will be coming out. So far, the market has been, or CPI numbers have been indicating a better and better outlook. They are kind of showing you that the inflation is going down. Is it though? You know, prices outside are still stupid pricey. Everywhere you go, everything costs too much. But apparently everything's going in the right direction. You know, FOMC members are being dovish. They're talking about how possible rate cuts are going to be coming in at the start of next year or something. So yeah, the market wants to go down based on how it performed today off the open, but didn't the market basically end flat slash positive almost? QQQ ended up down 1%. Okay, never mind. Did the market sell off at the last few minutes of the day over there? Wow, it really did. Market was almost flat on the day at some point. I mean, I think right around here we were only down what 2.3, and this is when I kind of went for a shower and got ready and everything. So I kind of missed this whole move to the downside. Market just gave up the whole V-shaped recovery. It gave you a double V-shape, bang, an N-shaped move over here. I guess an inverse N. An inverse N move over here coming in. Would that even be an inverse N? No, it would be a flipped N. A flipped N move coming in on the SPY for you. And the QQQ. And basically ending red on the day. So, what a move. ChatGPT, Brad won't let me be great. Why? I love you. You know that, Nicole. You're always allowed to be great. Oh, Streamlabs got you. Let's see what happened. I believe the hedge funds have resumed their typical behavior. They seem to be closely tracking the actions of retail traders and focusing on high liquid stocks. That's what it's supposed to do, right? It's all a cycle of rotation. It's all a cycle of rotation. Money goes to the hedge funds and the algos. Then something happens like the meme stock crazy frenzy, where some of the money gets reallocated to a couple of the lucky traders over here and there. And then those lucky traders think they're amazing at what they do, and then they go back to the market, they give it back, and that money gets repurposed to the hedge funds, and then they go back to what they're doing again, just on a different scale, maybe on a different stock. That's just all constant rotation, constant way of how the market works. Just gotta be able to, survive some cycles, learn cycles, adapt to those cycles, and really know, when is it spring? And if it's spring, it's time to bring out your gardening tools. And if it's winter, it's time to put away your gardening tools and bring out your snow plowing tools in Canada, especially, right? Your snow blower and so on. Disney's still dropping, saying chat, so let's go check out Disney. I mean, we were looking at it make that drop, but right now it's still holding up near this 86.40 area, not really making a bigger push to the downside. But let's talk about some levels now for some trades, and obviously what is it, links, exclamation mark links, I think it's exclamation mark links. What am I doing? Why can't I type? Let me type, please. Oh, there you go. Okay, so it did post, but I don't see it in the chat. Do you guys see the links in the chat over there, or the links disappearing for you guys? Let me know. All the links are kind of disappearing for me, at least. Not sure what's happening for you in the chat there. But trying to wait for an answer from the chat. Trying to see anything from WYNN. Yeah, I mean, we did look at WYNN. It did. Now it's going back. I mean, it did go up to 105, but now it's back to 102, 101. So not looking good. Not looking good over here. Like I said, I'm not really too interested on trading WYNN tomorrow. This stock doesn't really bring in the volume that I would like to see it bring in. Even on earnings days, it just stays, exactly the same. Exactly the same. I'm trying to give you my link tree. That's not my link tree. There you go. That's my link tree. Click on that link tree account. Why are my links all blank? Or is it just because of that? Sure. Okay, we're gonna have to figure that one out. On my link tree, I will probably post in the description of this chat of the stream for you guys. Whoever wants to check it out, you'll be able to go to my Discord, go to my Twitter, find all the links that are where you're gonna find all the posts where I'm gonna talk about, the important levels that I find on Disney, what levels I'm looking for, such as, we were talking about Rivian, we were talking about Lyft last night, we were even talking about Upstart. So why don't we go to some of these stocks where we were looking at UPST, for example. What a monster sell-off on Upstart today. Could not have been more wrong on this stock. We were talking about the possible hold of 35. 35 did not even bother to show you any buying. It just rejects 35, pushes back to the downside, holds actually 33, 35 later on in the day, and then actually rejects 35 over here on Upstart. Looks like that level now showing you a double top on the 5-minute chart. Could be a level to take a breakout long if you're interested. Down 34% today. No one knows what this company does. Nobody knows what this company does. Is it AI? Is it money lending? What do you do? But somebody in the Discord call today. We were actually sitting in my Discord server, trading together, talking about market levels. We had Blind Jedi in there. We had Jin. A bunch of us from the chat over here. We're hanging out in the Discord server, talking with each other. So once again, go to my link tree, join Discord. We can have a lot of fun with that. We were talking about Upstart, and people were explaining to me about how it's basically a middleman for money lending, but they use their AI software to facilitate that money lending in some way. So why isn't it called a finance company like a firm? Right? Why isn't it called a finance, rental, leasing company like a firm? Why is it called a technology play? Why is it called an internet software services play? Why is it called an AI play? So a lot of confusion over here for everybody. At the end of the day, the numbers did look good for Upstart. They sold off anyways with the good numbers in pre-market, so in after hours itself. In pre-market, they kind of showed you a little bit of a bounce off that 41 area, but selling off of that 40, the 40 not holding, the 38 area not holding. Expected that 35 to hold, 35 didn't hold. So now we're looking for that breakout of 35 to the north side, showing us some buying, as the stock will be on SSR day 2 tomorrow. I'll be pretty surprised to see the stock going much lower to the downside. I mean, these levels are July 2023 levels coming back into play. I mean, that's not that old, honestly. We had a monster run up on this stock. But yeah, I'm expecting some buying to come in. The numbers, especially if you compare it to last quarter. Last quarter, they lost 0.47 cents. This quarter, they made 0.06, and they were actually expected to lose 0.06. So that numbers are good. But they got beat up, absolutely beat up on the day today. 34%, no bounce, especially because of the market too. The market was doing so poor today off the open, selling off, taking Nvidia to the downside with it. Nvidia sold off almost 5% today, was watching it absolutely crash. Took AMD to the downside too, AMD near 110. Tesla, if I remember, was giving you that 250 at one point. Apple gave you that short off of that 180 also. Where did it close? 178.19. So market really getting hurt today, sadly. I see off a quick glance over there, Google down 1.32%. So obviously want on the overall market, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna look for the proper levels and proper trades and throw them up all on my Twitter. So come follow me on Twitter. Come follow us on Discord, as we will be sitting in the Discord call until September 1st, at which point I will be going back to a trading floor, and then I'll probably be not able to do that anymore. So make use of it. Let's have some fun in there. Come do !Discord to get all the links. And if Linktree is not working, I'm going to post it, like I said, in the description. Let's go to the economic calendar and talk about what's happening tomorrow, which is a very important day tomorrow. We got the core CPI. Core CPI obviously will indicate what's happening with the overall market. The overall inflation battle that the FOMC committee is trying to have, or trying to tame, I should be saying. They are expecting the next FOMC date is 20th September. They're expecting an 86% probability of no rate hikes coming into play. The current interest rates are 525 to 550, and they're expecting it to stay that way. So a possible pause in interest rates hiking, and then maybe starts cutting in the next year and so on. Papa Powell did say that we are going to get one more rate hike before the end of the year. So we'll see if that one ends up coming out that way. If they back out on that possible rate hike before the end of the year, then more upside on the market, especially if the CPI comes in hot tomorrow, to the good side. Hot, I think, is actually the bad side, if I remember correctly. So let's not use that word. If CPI comes out good, what would good be? If CPI comes out 0.2 or lower month over month, or 3.3 or lower year over year, those are good numbers. So CPI comes out a little bit lower. But if CPI comes out hotter, which is 4.7 or 4.8 or higher, or 3. Oh, previous is 3.0, and now they're expecting 3.3. So yeah, a drop in year over year would obviously be good because previous was 3.0. They're expecting an increase in the core price index over by 0.3%. Not good. But if it comes out 3.3 or lower, obviously better than what previously what the forecast is. So here we are looking at the numbers for core CPI. Watch out for how the numbers come out exactly 8:30. The market could move pretty drastically off these numbers. We have seen people's days being made and people's days being broken off of these trades, so be very careful. Hopefully it's not a nothing burger. I'm praying it's not a nothing burger, because we want to make that moolah cash money, baby, right? Let's get the good trending day on Thursday. Let's get that. Initial jobless claims coming out at 8:30. Obviously the same kind of catalyst that helps with the overall inflation economic data. So two big inflation economic data coming out at the same time tomorrow. Expect the market to move around without a doubt. Or it just could be a nothing burger. Could just be a nothing damn burger. Let's see if we missed anything over here in the after hours. Looked like Nikola brought in a lot of volume and didn't move at all. AVTX, whatever that stock is, brought in quite a bit of a volume. Penny stock, 37% to the upside for you penny stock lovers. Any other positions over here that really popped up? Looks like Disney. We looked at that. Plug Power. WE, what is that? Not sure what that stock is. 2 million shares, only up 0.2%. Penny stock, moving on. APP, earning stock, moving up 20% with light volume. Sonos, we looked at that one. VTGN coming back into play, moving up 5.9% with 189,000 shares. Not much of a volume once again, but for VTGN, that could be quite a bit of a volume, right? Groupon, we talked about that. Plug Power, TTD, Aramark, looks like couple other stocks over here with earnings are dropping down. Coupang, Rivian, which announced earnings yesterday, pushing back to the downside. IPO calendar still looking dead, I believe. Yeah, IPO calendar still looking dead at the moment. Nothing really too hot on the IPO calendar for us to take a look at, sadly. Once again, shout out to the homies at Trade Ideas. Use code PRAD15 to get 15% off on a brand new or upgrade on your Trade Ideas subscription. It would mean a lot to me if you do use my code, because I can make a little bit of a dollar here or there off of your Trade ID subscription, and the software honestly helps me find all the best stocks that are moving at the second that they're moving. So shout out to Trade Ideas, and shout out to your boy Michael Noss for helping me set up amazing scanners on this software. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all she wrote for the day. Hopefully, you were able to make some money throughout the day today. If not, follow my Twitter, and we'll make some money tomorrow together, as I will be posting all the levels that I'm interested on Disney, maybe even WYNN Resource, even though I said I'm not interested in it, and a couple other stocks. Until then, ciao. See you at 4 o'clock tomorrow, and have a banger CPI day. Good night.